thing was good. It even smelled new, child. Oh, Lord. The matte book, baby. Yeah. Hey, it's me, UA. Hi, if you're new here, it's nice to meet you. Hello. My name is Medium UA. It's nice to meet you. I'm a little crazy. I'm a little loony. I stutter a little bit because I be talking so fast. I kind of go like ahead of my mouth. My mouth go ahead of my brain.
Hi, my name is Trey. I have a basketball game tomorrow.
Whichever one, that's what it is. Hey y'all, I'm so excited for today. If you read the title, yes, I am recreating my profile picture. I'm recreating my little famous drip look. This look right here is what got me in a magazine. This look right here is what got me all over the Explore page. I really screamed whenever I found out I was on so many people's Explore page because people always tell me here and there, oh, I see you on my Explore page, I see you. But baby, I was getting text message after text message after text message after this picture. So I guess you could say this is my little come up picture. Come up picture. Today I'm going to be doing it with the Box of Crayons palette. I have been waiting to get this palette for the longest. And I honestly don't know why this is so overdue. But this is what we're doing it with today. I just want to open it with y'all because I had opened it last night so I could swatch it because I got it in the mail last night. And I wanted to show y'all how beautiful this thing was. Good. It even smelled new, child. Oh, Lord. Okay, and I also got another palette from Crayon Case that I want to show you guys. The matte book, baby. Yeah. Yeah. Now, I was going to do them separately, but I think I want to dabble in both because I've been so excited to touch both of these palettes. So I guess I'm going to go. What is this on my nose, child? Whoop, chile. After that picture had got posted and was kind of everywhere, people was like, oh my god, how did you do that? How did you get that to do that? How did you? And now you're about to see how I did it. So let's find the ears. We're gonna go back to the good old red ears. I promise y'all, if y'all send gifts, send me more ears. Send me some different color ears so we can, spread them out. But all right, you guys. Oh, let's make magic. Today I'm just going to dabble in the Maybelline Fit Me foundation in the shade 310 Sun Beige. I'm just going to worry about putting on a base because I don't really need like the full face base. I just really need foundation and brows. Alright, so pounce that on. Alright, now as usual I'm about to hit my eyebrows with the Maybelline Tattoo Studio Brow Pomade. And as usual, y'all know how the brows go, but if you don't, I just take them up in this angled line on the bottom and do another one on the top. Fill them in, make sure it's to the pigment that I wanted, and then brush up the rest. And now my brows. I conceal them afterwards, of course, but the shape, yep, it's there. Alright, so since I'm right-handed, this side looks perfectly fine. Just a little concealer. Boop. And this side, I'm looking like I got into my mama's makeup. But here goes that concealer. We're going to use the It's You Skin Perfecting HD Concealer by Sis Star. Y'all know I love my affordable makeup. Alright, and now I'm just going to keep that right there, and I'm just going to blend that concealer down to prime my eyes since I already got that foundation down. Don't want way too much, I just want some, and I'm going to hit under my eyes so that they can be primed as well. Now I'm going to take my beauty blender and blend under my eyes to get that concealer down and blend down that concealer that is under my brows. Okay, now I'm just going to give my skin a quick spritz of the Continuous Setting Mist by Morphe. Because whenever you go ahead and spray your face, all that pigment starts to really shine. That's a good hint for you guys when it comes down to like highlighter and stuff like that. Whenever you really want your highlight to beam, spray your face with the setting mist first or with your setting spray or whatever first. And then your highlight gonna be popping. But now these pigments gonna be popping. Let me go ahead and take off my earrings so that it does not try to hit me in the face, hit me in the hand, hit me anywhere where it's gonna sabotage the look. First we're going to take a small flat brush, and the first color we're going to start off with is pink. And we're going to dip into the matte book, or do y'all want to dip into the box of crayons? Ooh. Okay, I think I want to dip into the matte book for the pink because I want to use that pink right there. So I'm just going to tap it on both sides so I get as much as I can off of the palette. And then we're just going to do, just go straight down the line. Because the idea is that you're dripping from everywhere on your face of the pretty rainbow that you got. And you just want to keep them all drizzled out. So now that one's in a straight line. We're going to do it to the other side. And yes, I feel great about this palette. I didn't have to dip in the pan too many times. The shadow is like spreadable. A little goes a long way. I'm just using more than one like dip into the palette because I want to at this point. Because I really don't have to. Alright, so we got our first line down. And you could use like a different brush to avoid colors mixing, but I'm just like cleaning off my brush and using the same brush so I can avoid using so many brushes. Especially since I just washed my brushes, I'm gonna try to be reusable today. I'm going to go in with the box of crayons red in the shade red. And I'm gonna do the same thing I did before with that pink. Just go straight down. And whenever you have that line in between one color and the other, I'm just patting with the brush I have, with the color I have, to keep them together. Like, you don't have to do anything too extra, just blend them a little bit. And since I do want these two colors to differentiate a little bit more, I'm just going to take this lighter pink right here and pounce on top of that hot pink. This is from the matte book, and I'm just going to take it and pounce on it just so it can lighten up, just so the pink can show more. Because with this sitting next to that red, it's looking a little red. So I want it to be straight up pink. And now I'm going to tap into the matte book again and use this orange right here. And just go straight down once again on that pigment. Alright, so since I am about to do yellow next, I'm just about to change the brush. I'm using a different flat brush. And I'm going to use the shade yellow out of the box of crayons palette to do the same thing I've done with the other colors. So basically, this is the easiest part to the look, is just laying down the colors on the eyes because you're just going in a straight line. There's really nothing to this part. The hardest part of this whole look is the lip, probably. And that's about it, because even the drips aren't even hard. I like how the pigments are paying off. The yellow is actually pretty yellow. Like, this yellow I'm actually proud of because it's not blending into my skin. I told y'all I'm quite yellow. I'm quite a yellow belly.
Well, just as I thought, trash.
The colors are starting up. Alright, next I'm going to dip into the color green out of the box of crayons palette, starting at the brow and going straight down, using both sides of the brush. And don't worry about, like, if you see your lines aren't perfectly straight, because in the end it's supposed to give that drizzle effect, like everything's coming down, so it's not supposed to be like ruler straight. It's okay, as long as they look like that aligned rainbow, that's all you want. And I really like this look too. It's very fun because you don't have to worry about fallout because you got to put stuff under here anyway. So it's like a really carefree look and I enjoy it. This is one of my favorite looks I've ever done. I didn't get this look from anyone per se. I got this look from nitpicking from everyone because I did this look during my Face 15 special thing that I did before I started YouTube. Is basically I did 15 days of makeup for my birthday. My birthday's on May 15th. I started on May 1st. Y'all get what I'm saying? Yeah. So whenever I did that and I did this one, it was on a day that I was really having like a lot of creator's block, and I didn't think that look was gonna be the look that just went crazy, but it was, and I just couldn't believe it. Like, I was like, what? I don't know but because everybody was doing the drip trend, everybody was doing the rainbow trend, everybody was doing the Skittles trend. I was like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do it. So I just kind of was like, boom, and made it pop up on my face, and now we're here. Now I'm going to take this blue right here from the matte book palette, and once again, just taking it down, down, down. Now, one thing about me is, I don't know what it is. Like, whenever I do my makeup, it shifts. You see how this side has less open, and yeah. If I don't worry about it, you don't worry about it. It happened the first time I did this look. Now it's happening this time. So at this point, we don't fret. We don't fret. But we're going to take this purple right here from the Matte Book palette, and we're just going to go about our lives because we're not going to worry about things like such, you know. We're just going to take it, dooby-doo, take it, and then just scoop it. Alright, so now that, well, look at my hand. Anyway, now that we are done with the eye part of the face, we're going to do the drops under the eyes. Now this part, I do suggest to change the brushes. So just go ahead and change the brushes because we have to do the bottom and we have to do the certain shape of the drip. So at this point, so I'm just going to go with this brush first and just kind of pack the color on and then make the shape at the bottom with the way the shape of the brush is. And see how I'm just turning my brush upside down to make the first drip. Excuse me.
What the fuck is that?
I'm going to be doing different types of shapes of drips. So I'm just going to take this one and just go ahead and go whoop. So yeah, some of my drips going to be short. Some of my drips going to be long. Some of them going to have a little curve to them. We like difference, you know what I'm saying? So now we're going to take that box of crayons palette, dip in that red right here. Do that same thing. Just kind of give it a shape and pack that color on. Changing brushes because I want that orange to pop more orangey than reddy. And we're going to take, it's kind of like those brushes that makeup artists really don't like, but I use it every blue moon. But we're just going to take it, get that orange from the Matte Book. I'm going to get my shape and my pigment. Okay, now I'm going to get another one of those brushes that makeup artists usually throw away and dip into that yellow right here. And while I'm dipping into that yellow, I also want to mix it with this yellow too, because I don't think I used this yellow on the other one. Did I, y'all? And I'm going to use the shade Yellow out of the Box of Crayons palette. I don't think I did. I'm going to just take this one a little bit longer. Just because the yellows are popping. We want to give all the attention to how amazing this yellow really is. Now I'm about to go into this green right here in the Matte Book palette. And take it down. I want this one to be a little bit shorter than that yellow on this side, but I want to take the drip over some. You're trying to think about these drip shapes. That's what you do. You got to think about how you want them to go, but you ain't got to think about them too hard because drips are really abstract. With abstract things, it's not for you to think too hard about. It's just for you to go with it. Go with the flow of things. And now I'm about to take this blue right here and go up under where we have the blue as well. And I'm going to take this longer and make the drip curve the opposite direction than the green was. Doing the same thing to this side. And now I'm about to go in with this purple and finish off the drips at the end by just making it curve out. At this point, I just feel bad for not having this palette this whole time. Like, sis, like, I feel behind. I just do. But dang, sis, like, look at the eyeballs. This took me, like, what, 10 minutes? According to the time, what, that 10 minutes? I don't even think it took me 10 minutes. Because I had to talk to y'all and stuff like that. So, really, 5, possibly. Like, you know. Okay, moving on. I want to take this pink from the Box of Crayons palette right here. And this is where the willy-nilly part comes, where you don't have to think that hard. I'm just going to plop the color down on the top of my head. I'm going to worry about the shape and all that later. I just want the color. And I'm going to go ahead and fade it down. You know what I'm saying? Woo! Alright, great. Now I'm going to dip into the red. Y'all want to know something? This part, like this head part, wasn't even the first thing I did. Like, this was my dad's idea to do this to the makeup look so I can give him his credit right now. I had walked outside to take the picture for the look because at first it was just this part and the lip, and he was like, add this to it. I said, okay. And I went in the house, added to it, and he was like, oh, perfect. We took the picture and then boom, viral. So I guess 2 heads do make things work out. Now I'm about to dip into this orange in the Matte Book palette and just go amongst what I want it Once again, not thinking about the shape. I'm just kind of making it do what it want to do at this point. Get some of that yellow from both of the palettes. Don't really need much space for the yellow because I'm about to put green, blue, and purple. And I don't want yellow to kind of take up all of that space for them because I want some attention to those colors as well. But it's about to touch on this green. Alright, now this blue right here. Just about to take it down, honey. Really kind of blending the green and the blue together. And now the purple. Ooh, I want to put purple on this side too. Because I like how that, yeah, I want the purple on this side too. See, one thing I like about recreating my looks is that I always come up with something better. Brain juices be flowing. Alright, now I'm about to do a little bit of highlighting. About to highlight the pink with this white right here. Just a little bit. Get this magenta and highlight the red. It's just to give the drips some shine. Take this orange, and keep in mind all of the ones I'm dipping into for the highlight, all of these are shimmers. Like this orange right here, that's a shimmer. That magenta is a shimmer. This white is a shimmer. Yes, I'm about to take this orange. Oh, y'all see the glisten, the magenta, the white, the highlight. About to take the gold, put it over the yellow. Well, the gold is pretty, honey. And although this is in the shimmer, I'm about to take this lime green right here and just try to see. Okay. Oh, I put too much. See, pigment. I be forgetting, honey. But I'm going to just tap it on there. I'm going to tap the blend. I'm not going. But it highlighted it. So that's all that matters. Went a little heavy on it, but it's okay. But this baby blue is about to go on the blue part. Alright. Ooh, the shine. Got my whole forehead glistening, baby. And this purple looks like a slight shimmer to it, so I'm going to put it on the purple on this side. Yeah, a slight shimmer to it, so I'm really just having fun with the palette, but I'll do it to both sides of the purple. Make sure we blend it out so we don't give obvious tracks of brush marks. But still trying to keep that drip shape of it. Okay, so now it's time for the lip. I'm going to take a very, very flat rectangular brush. We're going to dip into the matte lip palette. I'm first going to start off with that purple and line the sides of my lip. I cannot talk in this process, so I got to tell y'all what I got to do first. So first I'm going to start off by just lining the inner part and not going too much because I got to have enough room for all the colors. So start small and part your lips like this. Alright, next we're going to take this blue right here and just do the same thing. Except now we got to blend those two colors together at the harsh line. And by blending, I mean just tapping on the color on top. They kind of blend themselves in a way, so that's good. And now the good old yellow. Y'all, I don't know why I'm just holding up this palette. I guess it's giving me comfort. I don't know. I really don't know. The orange. I really just kind of on my bottom lip, just blending those two yellows together with the orange. And then just doing the same thing up top. And then just taking the red and just going straight down. Just giving it that line of red. Alright, so now you have all your colors on your lip. This is just the real willy-nilly part. If you want to go amongst the colors like how it's arrayed on your lips, you can. But this is the part where you just kind of go out of order with it just to throw people off. So I'm just going to take it and just do a bunch of slashes everywhere. But still making sure to the fact that I'm paying attention to shape and order of how the colors go. Be sure that you're putting your streams up to your lips so that you don't have any open spaces in an odd way. You don't want to kill the illusion. Alright, so I kind of went a little crazy with the streams under my mouth, but I wanted it to look like a whole party, like I'm throwing up cupcakes. I don't know. I guess that's what I was trying to go for. But honey, it looks good! Alright, now for the part that really seals the deal for the whole look is the drips. The white part of the drips is like the little reflection part. And I'm going to use it with the Crayon Case Sharp Me Fine Point Tip Eyeliner. I know I've been looking for a good white liner. Because the one I have is decent, but I need a little bit more power. So we about to see if this one got that power. Girl, if I can get it open. Oh yeah, it's soft. Yeah, baby. So basically, I just go amongst the drips, like nothing hard, nothing too complex. I just kind of, it's dripping. I'm dripping, dripping. I'm dripping. We are dripping. And now I'm going to take it down on my eyes a little bit to give it that smooth reflection. Like it's just streaming down on us, honey. And I put it on the bottom parts of the drips under my eyes to show like that little, kind of like the Starburst logo, that little, just so y'all can see it close up so far. Yay, we getting it. And now I'm gonna line my lip with the white eyeliner to show like that, like it's to highlight the rainbow part. And then I'm gonna put the white in the creases of my lips to give that stream effect, and of course more down here. I kind of have a love-hate relationship with lining lips because it always comes out the first time janky, then the second time janky, then the third time janky, and hopefully fourth time's a charm. Basically, it takes me a couple of times, and I just sit there and pray that I don't throw a tantrum the fifth time. Alright, now this is the part I put it on the crease. I just kind of put it in the creases of my lips. And now on those bottom drippies. Ooh, this is bringing back memories. Okay, now to do the blush and the highlights and the lash, and we'll be done. Alright, so I'm going to blush it out with the mix of these two pinks in the matte book. That's a little bit too pink, but it's okay. We just going to go along with it. Oh, God. Oh, my God. Wait a minute, Jesus. Wait a minute. Oh, okay. We're going to blend it out. Lord have mercy. Oh, my goodness. What did I just took any bush, child. I ain't even think about it. And now we're going to highlight with this white shimmer right here in the Box of Crayons palette. And we're going to highlight it up too, because we want to look wet. Now for the mascara, we're going to use the Maybelline Colossal Mascara. I promise y'all I'm going to switch up to a different lash one of these videos, but this has just been my favorite go-to lash lately. So y'all just going to have to deal with it right now. But, so while y'all moaning and groaning about me doing the same lash, I'm just going to be applying. Just go ahead and do my little thing. Gang. Oh, and yes, this is the last showstopper by Glamour Cosmetics. As always, once again, I'm going to switch up my lashes, I promise. Because I honestly do. I have literally so many lashes that I can be doing for y'all. And I still have more that I'm trying to buy that I want to do. So, trust and believe, honey. You're going to get your different lashes. I got so many videos planned. I got them all written down on a checklist. I get to check off this one today. I feel good whenever I check off a video that I've done because, baby, it's the consistency for me, really. It's the time management for me. It's the organization. It's the progress. Everything for me. All right, y'all. This is the final look. Let me take off my... Woo! Let her breathe a little bit, honey. Let her... Oh, my goodness. I oil my scalp, so if you see it glistening by the roots, that's all it is. Some oil, child. Just a little oil. A little oil. Where the earrings? We got accessories. Oh, Lord. I can't wait to take pictures. Hold on, let me put on my earrings. Alright, y'all, this is the final look, and once again, it is so beautiful, it is so loud and proud, baby. I can taste the rainbows, the starbursts, the lightsabers, the sour patches, every rainbow candy you can think. I can taste it, I feel it. I'm born in it, I'm thriving in it, I'm living, swimming, and breathing in it. Thank y'all so much for watching this. Thank y'all so much for being here. Once again, if you are new, you may as well just, press the subscribe button and join the journey. Come on now, you've made it this far. You made it to the end. You didn't see me. Like, At this point, come on now, don't be that annoying girl that just walk in the store, try on everything, and still don't buy nothing. Subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment, say hey. But anyway, all jokes aside, I'm really grateful that everyone is here. I'm really grateful that you're watching. I'm really grateful for the shares and the comments and just the great vibes and energy. Just keep at it, and I will do so as well. And don't ever forget to continue making magic. Bye, guys.